Using specialized functions. Specialized functions allow us to use conditional math and statistical functions that can allow us to create sophisticated reports and analyze our data in Excel. The three functions that we're going to discuss in this video are SUMIF, AVERAGEIF, and COUNTIF. Looking at our employee data for two office locations in Atlanta and Austin, we can create summaries of the information for the salary, the average, and a count of the number of job titles or office locations or any other data in our report. Since I'm creating a summary of sales reps, I'm going to start by using the SUMIF function to get the salary total for all account reps. You start these functions using the equal sign, like usual, and then we use SUMIF. And we're going to start with a range that we want to search. So I'm searching for job title since I only want the sales reps. We've learned previously that we can click and drag to create a range. Then comma, and I specify the criteria, or what is it that I'm looking for inside of this range. I'm looking for sales rep, and since there's a space, I have to enclose this in quotes. Then a comma, and then the range of data that I want to use. Now, since this is a salary total, I want the salary range. Close the parenthesis, and we get the summary 206,300 for the salary total of all people who have the job title of sales rep. Moving on to the average, we would use AVERAGEIF. Again, we collect the range that we want to use, so my job title range, comma, the criteria I want to use, which is sales rep, comma, the data that I want to use for the calculation, which is the salary range, just like we did for salary total. So I can see that my average salary is $41,260. To get a count, I can use COUNTIF. I create the range that I want to search, comma, the criteria. And I can see that I have 5 sales reps. I can get more specific using the SUMIF, AVERAGEIF, and COUNTIF by creating a summary of sales representatives in Atlanta, which is a more specific query. When you want to use more than one set of specific criteria, we have a different set of functions to use. This is the SUMIFS, AVERAGEIFS, and COUNTIFS. So for the summary of sales reps in Atlanta, I would use the SUMIFS. I would first grab the range that I want to calculate, which is the salary, comma, I would then grab the second criteria range, which is going to be the job title, comma, my criteria that I want to specify, which is sales rep, comma, the criteria range for the second piece, which is the office location, since we want just the ones that are specifically in Atlanta, comma, then my criteria, which is Atlanta. So I can see the salary total for sales reps only in Atlanta is $78,300. We do the same thing for the average salary using the AVERAGEIFS. So our first criteria is the salary range. The second criteria is the title. So we specify that we want sales reps. Our third criteria is the office location, just like we did above. And then our specific criteria is Atlanta. So close that parenthesis, and you can see that the average salary is $39,150. Using COUNTIFS, we can grab our first criteria, which is the job title, specify that we want sales rep, our second criteria being the office location, and specify that we want Atlanta. So we can see we have 2 sales reps in Atlanta.